Yeah.
Then well, it's different. Just the things were different, right? Back then, you're representing jiu-jitsu and like in the cage and as a martial art, right? Versus other martial arts. And I think now like everybody kind of mixes everything, right? Like was on the last couple of podcasts I've been just saying, like in MMA, right? You have to know everything. Like back in the day, you represented one martial art, but now you have to kind of do everything. Like you have to, and even in grappling, you have to. Wrestling, get your judo game, like you have to be pretty good in everything, right? To be like a top guy, right? So things have evolved, and you have to stay with it. You have to stay with it, and then it's cool to have different rule sets, right? Because maybe one person is better at what, and then can you adapt too, right?
Yeah, and jiu-jitsu has grown so much. Like for anyone, people are welcome to enter jiu-jitsu for different goals. Like as a 48-year-old competing or training now, like honestly I enjoy jiu-jitsu more now than even when I was a youngster. Because I still feel like it's still so fun to figure out techniques or to develop my game.
It's cool. I saw you this morning walking in, and I can just see like a stress. Really, you were just walking in the door is like kind of like peace, peace of mind in a way.
Yeah.
And I see you talking to Joey, and just like you're at peace, and you're like a kid in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, and for even jiu-jitsu is still so fun.
Yeah.
And having roles with guys and exchanging techniques and appreciating even little things like if I retain the guard in a new way, like it blows my mind. I was rolling with Uday, and I had been passing with this guard, and he did such a beautiful guard retention against it, and I was like, man, it's so cool, like to be interacting with these techniques, and I was like, I'm still growing.
It never stops, right?
Yeah,
never
yeah.
stop. Should never stop.
And
things are always changing. Like the students show me stuff, teach me stuff.
And
I'm always learning things, like social media and just all the different channel, YouTube and everything else, right? You just see like live matches.
And it's so much easier to learn techniques, because I remember like I remember I would ask Jerson about, because I saw Celcino was the master of the deep half guard, and then I was like, Jerson, can you help me out? I'm trying to figure out what Celcino is doing, and then
Celcino, yeah.
he brought, I'll bring Celcino to teach us, and then
3-time black belt world champion,
Yeah.
Gordo's.
That guy was so
Tough
good.
students.
I remember he beat a prime Lucas Lepre that one year, and I was like, people don't understand how good this guy was.
Yeah.
And now like BJJ Fanatics, I saw Celcino had put out a deep half guard instructional, and I was like, where was this when I was a kid?
Right, like BJ fan, all that content is out there, right?
Yeah, I think it's a dangerous thing too, because like I think sometimes people look at the online and they're like try to reinvent their game, every other week or something. But I think like it's best to, like, if you realize you have holes in your game, I think that's an appropriate thing to look into.
What's the best way, you think? What advice would you give somebody, because you have all this content, you have all this information, information overload, right?
I think like as like what you said, like once you find something that really works for you, that's a great thing to build off of. And then like I found look for guys who have your body type, your level of athleticism. And then also, if it doesn't connect to your game, you shouldn't focus on it. Like for me, like my progression was from Gordo's underhook half guard to that was my white belt game, and then when I became blue belt, I started doing more deep half guard, and then when I was a purple belt, I started transitioning to X guard. And then, but these are all connected to each other. And like if I went from half guard to like, oh, now I'm gonna be studying spider guard, it's not really connected. So I feel like I'm just finding holes,
Mm-hmm.
and then and like one hole for me was was like getting people like getting chest to chest on me, you know,
In what?
from the half guard,
Okay.
you know, and that kills so much of the half guard, and so like there's a lot of
Keeping you
great,
flat and that kind of, yeah, depends on the half guard. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of great instructionals about just maintaining your frames and just those little precise things. As you get more advanced, you realize it becomes more precise, and for the information you need is it's like very detailed. And I think like to jump around from like from deep half guard to spider, it's not very going to be very productive, you know.
Yeah. 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 See, like the world champions, I don't know who was saying that, you know, but it's just, you need a few moves, right? Like a couple of moves with guard and top, you know, and if you want to do, you know, you just be better at the other people. If that's what your goal is, right? To compete and to win.
I remember Jerson would tell me too, because he was from a judo background. He was saying, Sam, if you look at the judo Olympians, they know all the throws, but they're only good at a couple of them. You know, in the competition, they can only do a couple, and it's kind of the same way in jiu-jitsu. You know, um, you know, with developing your A game, it's more about focusing on how you funnel the game back into that A game, and then you're gonna be comfortable. And I feel like that was something great about the Gordo's half guard. It's like once you get your grips, like, you know, Jason will do that just go 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 go, and then you know, you don't have to switch grips that much, and you know, you just focus on that, and good things happen. You know, instead
Yeah.
of like trying to, it's hard to master everything. You know, and even though I kind of focus in the half guard area, there's still so much that I don't know about half guard. You know, there's so many